Whatever happened to the US military subplot in Jujutsu Kaisen? Let's talk about it, but spoilers beware. Alright, shout out to Flying Pan for inspiring this video today because this is something I see people bring up a lot. So, first of all, quick refresher. Kenjaku made his way over to the United States to meet with the president and a bunch of world leaders in order to tell them about the existence of cursed energy and basically entice them with this new natural resource, saying like, hey, there are things like special grades where you could power an entire country from the energy one person can contribute, So they're like, okay, yeah, that sounds like oil. We need us some of that. We then see that the United States military mobilizes and literally invades Japan during the Culling Games. Which then leads us to this panel, which is honestly one of my favorites in the entire manga. This just goes really hard, and we see that the soldiers are actually ambushed by cursed spirits. And then we don't really hear much else about this, right? So a lot of people are like, oh, this was a subplot that JJK just completely left behind. And no, this actually got entirely wrapped up. This was the point. As Kenjaku explains here, he basically flooded all of the colonies of the Culling Games with cursed spirits. Remember, he has cursed spirit manipulation, so he released hundreds, if not thousands of these things, basically to facilitate combat and the release of cursed energy. And so the influx of all of the United States soldiers was a failsafe, where basically if the Culling Games reached a point where people stopped fighting, which it had, thanks to all of the rules the good guys introduced, this would now continue the release of cursed energy in order to supply enough to facilitate the merger. And here we can see Angel pretty much deduce all of this. I suspect that Kenjaku's goal is the mass slaughter of non-sorcerers by cursed spirits. But why? It's a failsafe in case the Culling Game players don't produce enough cursed energy. But why would 1,000 normal people come flooding into the colony? And thus, Kenjaku luring the American government and world powers to come into Japan in order to capitalize on this new natural resource, cursed energy. It was a failsafe. He was basically luring a bunch of civilians to come in to produce more cursed energy from their deaths. So that subplot was resolved, but what I will say is that I can definitely relate to people who just wanted to see those things breathe a little bit more, because it certainly would have been cool to see the world's reaction to finding out that cursed energy and cursed spirits were real. Like, what is the world going to do about Japan? Like, what is the United States going to do even after having their entire force massacred, right? Like, are they mobilizing an even bigger invasion now to deal with it? And so, those are certainly questions out there. And it's like, what is the world of JJK doing from this point forward? But those were things that Gege just either didn't have time to explore or he just had no real desire to.